that mic volume a little bit. We got lots to work on. Things up, things down, things all around. But welcome to Cooperville Live. Glad you are here. Glad to be a part of your day today on a, I believe it is Wednesday all day today. I believe. Almost 100% sure. Can't confirm or deny that. But welcome to the show, wherever you're watching. It's a big one today as we are joined by up-and-coming country artist Liam Coleman. He'll be joining us momentarily, so stand by for that. We'll talk about his new song. We'll talk about his recent birthday. We'll talk about how did he get into the whole music scene. So going to be a good talk. Going to be a good chat today. Looking forward to it. And we went back to, as you can see and probably tell, Joe's in the house. What up, Joe? Yes, sir. Welcome. We went back to StreamYard today from Streamlabs yesterday. We were kind of just playing around, testing out the new setup and the new layouts and stuff, and we haven't quite got it 100% dialed in. Not 100%. What's up, Pete? Welcome. So that forced us to move back here to StreamYard, at least for probably the rest of this week as we get things finally tuned. We may still actually utilize StreamYard a little bit in the concept with Streamlabs, but we're going to figure that out. D Price going to stop over tonight, I think. We're going to get some things happening. Get them cracking. But it was a big day today. I told you yesterday, if you were watching the program, I said that I can't not let things out. I can't not let information come out. Hang on, I got to turn these up. It's just so quiet in my ears. I feel like I'm just talking in an empty room. There we go. So I was like yesterday, I said, we got Jody, what's up? Jody, hey, thank you. We're I haven't got back from Ninth Planet out yet, but I want to get those guys on, and Kane Hill, keep sending them. We'll get them rocking out. We got the new setup. We got the new cameras. It's wild. Doing things. And we're still in the process. There's less shit back here, but there's still stuff. There's still things in places. I don't know. It's a work in progress. We're getting there, But anyway, so I told you yesterday, I said, no, we're super close to the apparel company and launching it. We're going to do it on our Patreon first, and then we'll get it out to everybody. And I just couldn't stop. Like last night, we got the thumbs up that it was ready to go. And we're super excited that we're jamming. Coopervilleclothing.com is up and running. You can check it out. A whole bunch of kick-ass stuff. We'll post a link in the comment sections wherever you're watching the program. Coopervilleclothing.com is the site. A ton of cool stuff. We got t-shirts, and we got 3/4 length shirts, and we got hoodies, and we got sweatshirts, and we got fanny packs. We got all this cool stuff at Coopervilleclothing.com. Make sure you go check it out. The new logo, as you can see, is right there. Super dope. And people are like, it kind of looks like a middle finger. And I was like, yeah. That's kind of the jam we're going for. But Coopervilleclothing.com, that of course is the website. Please go and check out the stuff we have. It all helps support the show and build the brand. And we have so many cool things coming up with the apparel company as we're going to be launching, starting in a couple weeks, we're going to be launching new items, I think on the weekly. I think that's the plan, to have new stuff come out every week. So it starts off and it's got all the Cooperville stuff with the new branding on it, which you can totally check out. You'll see it when we jump over to Streamlabs next week, the full incorporation of the branding, but it's really cool stuff. I'm really excited. Huge thanks out to Joey Walzer and Blake Allison, A Window In, Egypt Central, Devour the Day, those guys, ReadyWaves.com. If you're a streamer and you need royalty-free, high-quality music to avoid getting your stream shut down, ReadyWaves.com. Go and check it out. A kick-ass library that grows on the daily with music you can use. They did the intro for the show, and just super cool stuff. So huge thanks to those guys for believing in the idea. I called Joey one day on my way into to clean toilets or something. I'm not sure what I was going to do. And I was like, dude, I got this thing. It's just stuck in my head, and I need to run it by you because I know you have experience in this arena. And he was like, bro, we're going to do it. And so super stoked that Cooperville Clothing is out. Cooperville Clothing Co. on all of the social medias. Not all of them. I think we're on Facebook. So search Cooperville Clothing Co. on Facebook and then on Instagram as well. Go follow. check out the site, order something. That'd be awesome. It supports supports the program, supports everything that we do. So it'll be super cool. Can't wait to keep that growing. And of course, this show is also brought to you by, hang on, grab my bottle. Gotta grab it. Look at that. Look at that clarity. CaptainCoops.com. If you're a beardo, if you got a beard or you know somebody who's got a beard, CaptainCoops.com. We got beard oils. We got beard balms. We got beard butters. We got beard apparel, bearded clothing. The clothing is not bearded, but we got a bunch of super cool stuff at CaptainCoops.com as well. If you have a beard or you're looking to grow a beard or you want to give it as a gift to somebody who has a beard, significant other, a dad, a brother, anybody who's rocking the beard look, CaptainCoops.com. Our most powerful, our best-selling item is the Captain's Quarters. That's the scent profile is Captain's Quarters beard balm. So got that in beard oil, beard balm, beard butter. Great stuff. So check out CaptainCoops.com for all of that fun stuff. Cool. Somewhat cool to see all of you hanging out in the chats. Let us know where you're hanging out, where you're from, or we'll pop you on here like we're doing. Jody, who's watching on the Twitch. Jody, always appreciate you jumping on here. I see that otherwise guys are going to be doing a Twitch. I didn't read the date though. Is it tonight? They're doing one. I know they just got off the Tiger's Blood tour, and the boys are getting back on to the Twitch. We are otherwise on Twitch, by the way. If you're on there, make sure you go and follow those fellas. Great friends, great human beings, and great the fact that they got out to do a bunch of shows is awesome. Very excited about that. I'm going to see if I can do this again. New setup. We kind of had the whole thing like locked, semi-loaded, and then we upgraded everything, and now it's kind of a work in progress. There's a debate they said tonight, but Twitch shows on the 30th, which is Friday, right? Friday. Man, end of April already. Believe that? Maybe they're doing two. Who knows? We'll find out. Joe, you are everywhere. You're on the tube. You're on the Facebook. You're on the Twitch. I love it, man. I love it. Joe's everywhere. Oh, because I asked where you're from. I'm everywhere. I've been everywhere, man. Now I'm going to see if I can do this whilst this is happening. And Joe, let me know how the video is doing today. I think it was because we're running so many things on Streamlabs yesterday. It was the video was choppy. I went back and rewatched it. I'm like, wow, that was horrible. But thanks, Joe, for sticking around the whole time. So we're gonna see if we can mess with our lights a little bit. Yeah, I see that made a glitch right there a little bit, jumping that up. But let's turn this. Oh, lights. Let that be light. And I think this is our backlight. Yeah, sorry, that's in the peripheral back here, right there, a little bright. It was great yesterday. We had it all set it up for the camera angle yesterday, and it worked, I guess. It's on point today. Cool. That's good. That means we can kind of narrow things down as to what the reason was yesterday. The audio was great though. It sounded great, but the video was like super choppy. I'm not sure what we're trying to figure out if it was an internet thing, but we think if it was an internet thing, like the audio also would have gone awry, which it didn't do, which is, I don't know. We're going to figure it out. The D Price is coming in tonight. He's going to take a look at the setup and figure out the whole thing. How's the head? Oh man. So if you weren't here yesterday watching the show, which by the way, we do this every single weekday at 5 p.m. So before the show, I was tooling around in here. We were redoing the whole studio, and I was moving this light right there, from right there to right there, sliding it down, hooking it up, and I stood up and I turned something which I thought was righty-tighty, not lefty-loosey, but apparently I was wrong because the light's on a swivel, and when you lefty-loosey it just comes cracking down, and it's probably 30-pound light. Maybe not 30, maybe it's 20. Solid though, and it just whacked me right there. I wasn't wearing no hat. Just right, like almost not right between the eyes, but like right on the top of the skull. And I didn't really realize it. This morning I got up and didn't even think about it. Went to work and I had a stocking cap on. Then it got a little warmer out and I put this hat on. And I was like, oh yeah, that's right. I cracked myself with a key light before the show yesterday. maybe that explains some of my life choices, because I could maybe have slightly been concussed. I don't think I was totally concussed. Maybe not. But no. Thank you for asking, Joe. The head is better today. I feel like I made all sorts of great life choices today. Of course I did. We launched the apparel company today. CoopervilleClothing.com. Go and check it out. A bunch of cool stuff. We'll making things happen. Get my Monster in there. Always a fun question from people. So do you like Monster? I'm like, well, yeah. We got this skateboard, which has no wheels on it. No trucks, no wheels. It's just the deck. We may give that away on our Patreon. I'm not sure yet, but it looks cool back there. But this is all getting redone. Remember, we're doing a whole new wall back here. We're going to do shelving. We're going to do different camera angles. We got, I think, 4 or 5 cameras we're working on. It's mind blowing. But you are not here, probably the majority of you, to hear me talk about the things that I'm doing with my life, my concussions, my life choices. You are here because you want to see this gentleman who has a brand new song out. It is called Roadside Bar. It is a killer track. He's getting radio play down in Nashville and growing that community. He just had a birthday yesterday. You can't convince a man to come on your live stream when he's having a birthday, more or less when it's his 18th birthday. So without further ado, we welcome into the stream Mr. Liam Coleman, my friend. Welcome to the program. Thank you for being here.
What's going on, man? Thanks for having me.
No, I'm excited to talk to you. Been following you for a while on the social medias, and didn't really realize, just because of your vocal tone and some of the stuff, I'm like, yeah, he's probably in his 20s. He's probably got some dirt under the nails and stuff. And then when we started chatting, when I asked you about being on the show, and you're like, oh yeah, well, Tuesday is my birthday and I'm turning 18. I'm like, oh, you're just a bundle of talent at a young age. So happy birthday to you, sir.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Did you do anything fun? I saw we out on the links. Did you do some golfing yesterday? What was your birthday like?
Just went to school. Bought $20 worth of scratch tickets. Didn't make any money. I was like, I'll just spend $10. And I'm like, you know what? I'm feeling lucky, and I spent 20. Won absolutely nothing. Then went out to dinner with my family. Had band practice, and then skipped school today and went golfing today. So it was
nice.
It's been a good past couple of days, and now I'm going back to school, playing some shows this weekend, all the good stuff.
That's awesome. I like how you did the things that you can do now that you're 18, like buy lottery tickets and write yourself out of school.
I'm never buying another. Well, I can't say that, but I won't be buying another scratch ticket for a while.
That's the issue, though. I mean, it's probably a good thing that you didn't win. I mean, I hate that you lost $20, but say you drop 20 and you win like 100. Now you got that itch, man. Now you're like,
exactly. Yeah, no. Now I really have no interest, because I'm usually pretty lucky. Like I'll get them like for Christmas and stuff, and just like I'll win something, but nothing this time around. So hope maybe next time around, but not anytime soon.
Yeah, when the mood strikes, you got to wait it out a little bit. But
yeah, exactly.
Very cool stuff. Happy belated birthday again. Like I said, I want to before we get up to talking about the new single, which is awesome. Everybody that hasn't already in the comments right now, go and listen to Roadside Bar, which just dropped. Was it a week ago? Almost a week ago.
Yeah. April 16th, like 2 weeks. So yeah, a little over 2 weeks maybe.
That's awesome. So we'll backtrack, and then we'll get up to the release of the latest single, because again, you're a super young cat and super talented, and really have a working knowledge of the social media scheme. I mean, you're covering your real life stuff, you're covering your music stuff on there, which is a great way to connect with your fans. But I want to talk about the first time that you were like, music is going to be something that's an integral part of my life. You're already young, but how young were you when you kind of got that? All right, I'm gonna write songs, I'm gonna play the guitar, I'm gonna sing. When did that start for you?
So it really kind of set in just like a couple of years ago that I really like want to take music serious. But I've loved music since the day I was born. I always was singing and dancing around the house, just any chance I got, using like spoons as like guitars and just hitting things all over. And just like, I was always making music, always making noise, always fascinated by like Foo Fighters, Green Day, Nirvana, Alan Jackson, Garth Brooks, Elvis, everybody, Bob Dylan. Like, so I grew up always listening to music. And then when I was 6 years old, I started doing drum lessons. Did that for about 10 years. And then when I was 12, taught myself how to play guitar. and then just like little things like started like learning the harmonica a couple years ago, and just started doing voice lessons, and I probably started playing out when I was maybe 15, I'd say. Like I did my first performance probably when I was like 13 at like the middle school talent show, but I probably started doing regular performances, I'd say maybe like late 14, 15ish. So and then just been playing out and doing music and taking any opportunity I can get along the way for the past couple of years.
That's a very awesome and eclectic list of artists that you mentioned in there.
Yeah,
And obviously, genre crossing everywhere from Green Day to Alan Jackson, and
right.
obviously, if you throw Elvis and Garth in there, you're talking about two of the greatest ever of all
Right.
time. So not too bad people to have some influence in your life. But teaching yourself the guitar, I always find it interesting to find out was because it differs by age. You talk to some an older artist, they're like, yeah, I just I had a buddy and he kind of taught me, but then I just kind of learned it myself. But in this day and age, you can learn stuff. I mean, there's this whole internet thing that's taken the world by storm. I'm not sure if you've heard of it before. The
Yeah.
internet, huge. Everybody's doing it, I guess.
Not really.
But but did you do that like some YouTube stuff, or like what was the secret to your teaching yourself to play the guitar?
No, so when I was doing drum lessons, my dad would do guitar lessons
Oh,
down
nice.
the hall in like the same building. And I always like had like a guitar and I just like hit it and just like play around with it. And then I really ended up just wanting to learn. And so he taught me like a couple chords
Mm,
on guitar. And then I just kind of went from there learning songs. And honestly, I really didn't start using the internet to learn things on guitar until recently.
yeah.
I did like chord sheets and like books and stuff, which but yeah, no, I just started using actually Google the like a couple months ago just
Mm.
because there was a bunch of chords that I was seeing. I'm like, I have no clue how to play those. So I was looking up that. But yeah, no, I had my dad show me and I just kind of went from there um and learned a bunch of songs with the four chords he taught me.
That's awesome, man. Well, it's kudos to you. I mean, having that drum background too. I think that's
Yeah,
people don't have a grasp about how important of an element that is to not only to the structure of a song, but also to understanding every single other part of a band and how
right.
music comes out and how it sounds. So I think having that kind of background, which I'm sure included some probably piano in there as well as most of the time. Did you not?
No, so
Anyway,
you
stay.
know, so my sister, she did piano lessons for a while. I I tried.
Mm.
Um, I really would love to learn how to play piano, but I don't have the patience to learn how to play piano. I tried it. It was one of my New Year's resolutions to learn how to play piano, and I could say I kind of threw that one away pretty fast. So
Yeah.
um, someday I would definitely like to learn more than just one song on piano, but yeah, I don't know how to play piano, unfortunately.
So it's all right. It's just one of those things in the future down the road will be something to when you have some free time, like if they shut the world down again, you could take
Right.
some and learn piano. Let's hope that doesn't
Yeah,
happen.
exactly.
So singer, songwriter, all the things. Tell me about your like that is a really young window to learn all those things. We talk about drumming from a young age, picking up the guitar, harmonica, which is another I think incredibly underrated instrument
Oh,
in
yeah,
music world. I
100%.
mean, if anybody here likes Huey Lewis and the News, they would be nobody without the harmonica people. That's just know this. But when you have all these things and you're still in high school, not middle school, high school, all of these things, like what is your day-to-day like? I mean, if you're entrenched in this and you're writing songs and you're putting music out and it's on streaming services, like are you like after school it's music and that's your grind during the school year when there is school?
Yes, it was definitely like tough when I was first starting, and like I wouldn't like I wouldn't really be able to find time of any for
Mm,
anything. Like it was hard to just like practice because like I didn't like practicing. I just like play like it was weird, but like over like the past like year or two or 3 years really, like starting to take this serious. And actually I wouldn't even say like year, like I'd probably say year.
mm,
It took me a while to really find a schedule where I could balance everything, where it was school, music, hanging out with friends, doing stuff I wanted. It it really kind of like hit me that like, okay, I actually got to find time for everything, because I wasn't finding time for my schoolwork and I was missing assignments, and then I wasn't playing music and I wasn't doing it. So it's just kind of wake up, go to school, and then come home, do whatever schoolwork I have, um, and then kind of start doing music for like the afternoon and tonight, and then hang out with friends and play shows on weekends. I try and write every day. I haven't been writing. I'm not gonna lie, I have not been writing the past couple weeks because I was in the studio a couple weeks ago, and I'm just clearing my head, getting everything settled with the songs that I kind of just recorded. And um I'm starting to write again. I wrote a song a couple days ago. It was my first song I've wrote in like a month. But
Mm.
whether it's just writing every day or learning something new on the guitar every day or practicing some covers or filming stuff or just even playing drums. I'm trying to play drums more because I haven't really had time for that. So I've been trying to drum a little bit more here and there. Trying to learn some more stuff on the harmonica, like I said, and now we got the band like last summer, and we've been practicing a bunch because we have a bunch of shows to get ready for this summer. So whatever is kind of around that time for music, I just work on a bunch, and like I said, then hang out with friends when when we all got the time, because we all got jobs and stuff. So they're working, I'm working, and then we hang out when we're all free. So it's I feel like now I got a pretty good balance and understanding for everything, and I think it's a maturity thing too. Like I'm not saying I'm mature because I am the least mature person on the planet, without a doubt.
No.
But it was definitely like tough, like starting out at like 15, 16 and just wanting to play video games and hang out with friends, and like not realizing kind of like, okay, this is something I really like to do, like love, but I got to focus on it a lot more. And like now, like I still play video games, but I don't play video games as much. And it's just
Right.
like, it's just like as I've kind of gotten older, as I've gotten older over just like the past couple of years, I've really kind of took a more better understanding, and I'm like, this is what I want to do. I've had this dream for forever, and I want to achieve it. So gotta find a good balance for everything and time for everything.
Yeah, I think that's super important too, because over the course of that time, when you come to realization that this isn't something that you've really put down, you haven't put music aside. It's always been a natural part of the last, several, many years of your young life.
Right.
But to notice over the course of time, you're like, well, this is the reoccurring thing that's always here.
Yeah.
And this is something that I can see being here long into the future. So I think sticking with it and then finding the natural course of life to focus in on it more. But there's also that important part about that songwriting is much easier when you have experiences, and those experiences come with when you're hanging out with your friends, when you're out doing stuff, when you're at work, when you're dealing with school, when you're all the things that you deal with on a natural course of life. If you were just going to school, coming home, writing music, you wouldn't have much to write about except for like math sucks, and that's probably not a great song. That's I can't. I mean, maybe it's a hip hop song. I'm not sure,
Right.
But I think that having finding that balance of all of the things that you're interested in. You may not do video games as much, but when you have the time and when you're hanging with the dudes or gals, whatever, like, yeah, let's bust out some Call of Duty. Like, it's cool.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Those things. It makes that's what makes life. But and I love your songwriting as well. I know you were kind of like, well, I haven't done songwriting for it's been a month, but I think there's so many different approaches to songwriting with all the artists that I've talked to on this show and in 20 years in radio that have said there's some that are like, I write every day.
Yeah.
And there's some that say I write every day, but it's only an idea. Like if something comes to mind, whether it's a harmony, they'll voice record it, or whether it's like a phrase, somebody says something, they'll jot it down. And then there's some that only write when they're struck by something, or when they're like, I kind of have accumulated all of this experience, this life thing, or I went through something, or if somebody else went through something, I'm analyzing the world differently. Then they'll sit down to write when it's like the time. It's almost like they're being called to write again. So I think there's so many different approaches to do it.
Right.
And if you feel good with it, I mean, you can feel bad, like, oh, I haven't written in a month. Well, yeah, you were just in studio dropping a bunch of songs, writing a bunch of songs and getting a bunch of songs out.
Right.
You just dropped a new single. Like, it's cool. Like, it's okay. Like take a breath and and do it when it feels right. But I love that approach to songwriting, is do it when you're like, okay, I feel like I have something in me to sit down and write a song.
Yeah, and I feel like I've honestly really kind of taken all those different approaches that you just talked about. I mean, at the beginning of this year, January, February, I was writing a new song almost every single day, if not every other day. Sometimes I was writing multiple songs a day. It depended. And and then like I said, I was in Nashville the past week, just been working with the band. Like school kind of started back up again. Like we're now going like for full days and stuff. So I haven't had as much time. So it's like just like take like a couple weeks off. Then like I said, now I'm slowly getting back into it. And this one, like the one that I just wrote a couple days ago, it was just something that hit me. And I was like, all right, so now I'll work on something. But that's how a lot of my like early when I started writing was like, it was just like, it had to hit me. Like I can't, and even then now, like I still can't sit down and write a song. I have to have an idea, and I have a bunch of ideas on my phone. So I'll sit down, I'll kind of scroll through those, and whichever one I'm feeling that day, I'll give a crack. Or even if I only get a couple lines, then hey, I got something, and I'll come back to it the next day or something. So it's just I still definitely go with everything, but yeah, I did a lot of songwriting at the beginning of this year, especially, and it's set me up for like 2 months of writing, a month off, 2 months of writing, a month off, and it's like, and usually that month off is because there's something busy. Like probably, if I had to imagine, May I'll probably write a ton, and then June I know is a packed month already, so there won't be as much time for songwriting in June. But May, I think I have a good feeling about May.
Got a good vibe.
Songwriting side of things.
It's good. We start getting into more spring-like weather.
Yeah, I just booked a bunch of writes for May, so I got a pretty good feeling about May writing.
That's awesome. You kind of talked about in the last year is kind of when you really honed in on this focus about learning more, writing more, doing more things, getting out more, and exposing yourself more as far as the artist that you are. Do you find that a silver lining as far as the year that was 2020, the year that was 2020 and the beginning of 2021, that despite all of the things that were happening globally and of course here in the States with COVID and with, we'll just say everything, that the silver lining of having some time that wasn't packed with other stuff, because frankly there wasn't a lot of stuff to do, that was really an opportunity for you to really go, all right, this is my time to utilize, to be able to learn more things, to grow who I am as an artist, and really start to focus on what 2021 looks like. And obviously you said you're already booking stuff out, so do you take advantage of the last year plus?
Oh yeah, 100%. I mean, it was definitely tough. I'm sure, as like for everybody, it was tough, and I was playing out. I had shows booked till like the end of October. Like it was looking like a good year, and then the world just came to a stop. But it definitely took a while because, again, like I'm very much a people person, so it sucked not being able to see people, and that's where I got a lot of my ideas when it came to actually. Well, so it's funny. I didn't really actually start, like I wrote songs, but I really didn't start writing until COVID. But it was, yeah, no, it definitely was tough. But I think for the first couple weeks, but I think eventually it like kind of hit me where I was like, all right, I'm gonna take advantage of this. So I started doing lives on Instagram, on Facebook, reaching out to a bunch of new people. I met so many friends, like all the friends I have now, I really kind of met just over this past year in this business. And we all just started doing lives together, sharing each other's stuff. And we've all started writing together, and we all just developed this awesome friendship where when I was just in Nashville, I got to meet a bunch of people that for the first time, but it feels like I've known them my entire life. And it's like, yeah, I mean, it was, like I said, it sucked, but I got so much done, and I started booking a bunch of writes every week, and I was writing every day, and doing multiple lives a day, and there was doing takeovers of people's pages and stuff. So it was definitely a weird time, but it was also a fun one, and it's something I'll never forget because it's a big reason. It was a big kick. I thought it was going to really slow me down, like when everything first shut down, but it gave me a really big kick forward because you had to get creative. You had to be doing stuff that other people wasn't doing. Like you had to adapt and overcome and figure out what to do. So it's something I'll never forget because my career really kind of started over COVID, technically, when you think about it. I wouldn't be where I am today. I wouldn't be releasing the stuff I was releasing right now if it wasn't for this past year. Like
Yeah.
I wouldn't have all these connections. I wouldn't have all these friends. I wouldn't have all these opportunities if it wasn't for COVID. So yes, it sucked in the beginning, but it ended up shaking out to something that I really enjoyed and had a pretty good past year. So.
Right. I think that's a huge testament to your dedication to being an artist, because you have really, COVID offered two things. It offered the opportunity to like nose to the grindstone and get after it and pursue your passions, or it was an exit ramp to be like, well,
Yeah.
you know, especially when you have things lined up. You talked about having shows booked through the end of October. All these things, you know, kind of feel like the wheels are starting to kick up dirt, and you're moving forward and you're feeling good about stuff, and then things don't happen. That can deter you. Be like, well, do I really want to have to take the time to reach out to people, to meet new friends, to develop those relationships, to putting, you know, setting up writing sessions, all that kind of stuff. It's work. It's not like you're like just hanging out and people are dinging you like, hey, let's write a song together. I mean, you have to put in that effort.
Right.
And so I think it's that is, again, like I said, a testament to that you really are dedicated to being an artist, because you could have said, well,
Right. Yeah.
well,
It definitely could have been like a time where I kind of like kicked out, but I was like, I'm gonna make the best of I'm gonna make the best of this. I'm gonna start, and like that's what it was. Like I had a schedule. Friday nights I'd do an Instagram live with somebody. Sunday afternoons I'd do a Facebook live for like 2 hours, take requests. People would just be requesting songs and stuff. And it like eventually moved to like Tuesday, Friday, Sunday, or Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Sunday. Like it just kept going and going. And those were the shows. And I enjoyed them because it was like, I also really enjoyed it because, like I said, it was really kind of in the beginning of my career. Like I
right.
only had a couple hundred followers. So it gave me the opportunity to build relationships with all these people too, and like actually get to like communicate with them and take the time and get to know everybody and play the songs they wanted to hear. And
Mm,
it's something I still do lives every now and then, but and then like getting to see these people come out to see me play in person
yeah.
is just an even better feeling. Like it makes
That's
me
cool.
feel very special. So shout out to everybody who supports me and um
Well,
comes to all the shows and joins in on all the lives. It really means the world, and especially this past year. Like it made a huge difference. So thank you,
I think,
everybody.
yeah, that's awesome, man. Thanks to everybody for helping Liam
Yeah.
grow the brand. But I think it's also it was a very opportune time, because you not only did you have the time to do 3 lives a week, maybe 4 at some point,
Uh,
but you also had an audience of people who they couldn't go to a show.
right.
You couldn't go to a venue. You couldn't go to, you know, the pub and grub and check out a great, you know, open mic night or anything like that. People were diving into uh, watching Netflix
Yeah.
and discovering the music. That was a great part for me. I say great, but obviously, but it could have been a much better if it wasn't the whole world shut down. But the great part was of the amount of music I was able to discover
Right.
during this time. Like, wow, like I didn't. Like,
Uh,
you have no idea how many amazing artists there are that like right underneath the surface of people everybody knows. And I'm like, I just fell down the rabbit hole. That's really how I discovered you as part of this whole process. And a lot of the artists I've had on the show was being on Instagram, not even really looking, but listening.
yeah.
Listening to, you know, you scroll slowly and all of a sudden you hear this like, oh, like that caught my ear. And
Right.
you know, I've heard you and I've followed you. I think it was a clip of a live that you had put out that I'm like, oh yeah, this guy's got some je ne sais quoi. He's got something to him. And so I think a lot of people were in that mode too, where they were like, give me something, please. I'm scratching at the walls, and they were able to discover new music. And I'm sure that works out really well for you as an artist, because you're like, you have an energy to do these things, and you have an audience that is energetic to receive these things. I mean, that's a win. That's a win.
Oh yeah. I'm with you on like the whole music this I found so many people that I probably like wouldn't have never gotten the chance to like hear.
Mm.
Um, that it was just like the amount of music that I even discovered like over this past year like was insane. And
Yeah.
like it was a good year for like new artists and stuff, because like it was like good, like I said, because everybody got to branch out and everybody was sharing each other's stuff, everybody was sharing their fan bases and stuff and opening up. So it was it was honestly pretty good like for everybody, because we all experienced growth together. And it's funny like knowing these people over like the past year and seeing all of us grow and all our social medias grow and us putting out all this new music and etc. So it's like it's nuts. It really is.
It's good stuff. Speaking of putting on a music, a couple weeks ago, you dropped Roadside Bar. Fantastic new single. I know I also saw an Instagram of you getting to hear it on the radio, which I know is got to be a super cool feeling for you.
Oh yeah. It was nuts. It was funny because my car was in the shop that week. And I had one of my friends pick me up, and I had senior priv, so I got to basically go in later than everybody else. And so I was like, let me just sit in your car. I got to hear this. And so shout out to Ben for letting me use his car to hear my song on the radio. But yeah, it was it's always like it's an honor. Like every time you hear your song kind of come on and stuff, like it's always just, it always feels like it's always like the first time, because it's awesome. So and especially this one, like I love this song. The amount of work that was put into this one, and I mean really all of them, but I this song has a really special place in my heart and I love it. So getting to hear it do what it's doing, and I just checked, it's like at 4,000 streams on Spotify now. So it's pretty awesome getting to see that everybody also loves it as much as I do.
Yeah, I definitely, having it, I want to say I have a knack for hearing great songs, but when you hear a song, you're like, that's a hit, you know, that song is a hit, and it just needs to get like, it needs to, the seed needs to spread a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like when you need to get it out to some more stations. I know it's tough when you can't do, like a radio tour or line things up like that, but I just hearing that song, and you have this slight grovel in your voice, is you kind of get down into the gruff of it and at some points of that song, and I'm like, love this. I'm gonna get this dude on every radio station in the country, because it's that kind of song, and that's gotta feel, no man, it's gotta feel good to, you talked about the process of putting it together. It's got a special place for you, the effort that went into it, the package to release it. But man, you got something special on your hands there, and I got nothing but great feelings towards it moving forward.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that. That means a lot.
No, it's got to be exciting times with this single coming out, kind of in that transition period of winter slash COVID. It's like we're in Game of Thrones or something weird. It's like winter is over, COVID is over, and you're kind of moving into spring. You're starting to see things open up. You talked about your May being super busy. Do you graduate? Is this your graduation year too? I'm sure are you graduating? Or?
Yep, senior year. So graduating in like my last days in like a couple weeks, and then graduation's June and stuff. So that's pretty crazy. That's even crazier to me than all this. It's like, feels like yesterday was freshman year. Like how fast high school went by. Oh my, it's nuts. So yeah, wrapping up the year in a couple weeks. So
hey, not bad being a high school senior with a song playing on the radio station, man.
Not at all. It's pretty cool. Where everybody kind of knows, everybody knows kind of what I'm doing and stuff. And actually this Friday we're doing a big drive-in concert at my school, which is going to be pretty exciting. We're doing it for like the senior class and stuff. So we got a bunch of people showing up for that. Me and my band. It's going to be a cool event. So I'm very excited for that one, because like I said, all the people in my grade who support me and stuff, and who love what I'm doing, and like that's what's really cool to see, is because like when I first started out, I wasn't sure. Like, I mean, I wasn't sure what people were gonna think, but people were like love it, hate it, and then as like things kind of slowly started continuing on, watching everybody kind of watching everybody support it and like love what I'm doing, and always congratulating me, and like it's nice knowing I got like basically my whole school behind me as well, and knowing everybody from my hometown's got my back. So it's really cool getting to see all that too firsthand.
It's awesome.
Definitely.
So you got the writing stuff in May, obviously graduation coming up in June, and then is it the road, man? Are you just going out doing shows, kicking the dust off, and lighting things on fire? What are we doing?
Probably gonna light some stuff on fire.
I
but
feel you. Know the feeling.
I mean, this summer is just kind of it's a mix of everything. This summer,
Yeah.
it's last summer with my friends really before we all kind of go our separate ways off to college and stuff. So I got some trips planned with some friends, playing a bunch of shows in Massachusetts and Nashville, and working on some stuff for other parts of the country, hopefully. But yeah, I mean, just make this summer the best ever. Like I said, bunch of trips planned, whether it be for work or with friends, but make this summer the best one ever. That's the goal right now, and play shows, write, work, and hopefully move down to Nashville probably in like January or something, and just make trips back and forth from there and from here to there for the rest of the year and stuff.
Yeah, I was going to ask. I know you travel to Nashville extensively from Mass, but that's where the move is happening. Getting out.
Yeah, probably sometime early 2022, January-ish is when I'm thinking. It was going to be in August, but I already have so much stuff up here that I'm like, I'm just going to finish up the year here. And then once everybody comes back to Nashville from the holidays and stuff, I'll just come back with everybody else and kind of get a fresh start along. Because that's when a lot of people move, is like around the first of the year, because I said the whole city basically shuts down for like a month. Everybody goes home and then comes home. So I'll just kind of wiggle away with the crowd coming back and be like, hey, I'm here.
Yeah, just coming in with y'all.
Yeah.
Hey, Garth, good to see you, buddy. How you doing?
Yeah. Exactly.
That'd be cool, man. No, that's so cool. And it makes me happy that you got that plan like dialed in. Enjoy the summer, do all of the things. Obviously, when you incorporate work into it, you working, getting a chance to go out and do what you love to do is a great position to be in. And yeah, dude, enjoy that time. Enjoy summer. Last summer was I mean, this is senior year summer. Everybody's kind of going to be off doing their own thing, in the fall, and obviously you in January. So man, go out and just breathe it in, man. Breathe it in, write some songs, make some magic, and get to Nashville in January.
Exactly. Yeah.
Awesome, brother. We're going to bring the website here real quick, do this thing, and like, blam, there it is. LiamColemanMusic.com is the website, and you can see all the social media links are right there on the page. So good stuff, man. Thank you for being on the show. Thank you for the new song. Thank you for all the music and inspiring stuff, man. It's great to hear somebody at ages as young as you who's got like you're kind of dialed in, man. I know the fun stuff will happen in the summer, but you're dialed in, and I love that.
Yeah, no, thank you very much. Thanks for having me on the show. It was I had a good time.
Awesome. Anytime. We'll get you back on here sometime soon after you go enjoy your summer. How's that sound?
Just let me know. I'd love to.
Awesome, brother. Take care of yourself. Liam Coleman on the program. Take care, man.
See you, man.
There we go. Check him out. LiamColemanMusic.com is the website. He's also, I think, Liam Coleman Music on all the social medias as well. Instagram, Facebook. Do the things. Find him. And then go to any streaming platform that is out there and listen to Roadside Bar, and then listen to it again. And then when you're done with that the third time, listen to it again. Just keep on listening, because it is a killer tune. And the more exposure that it gets, it's deserving of being getting that nationwide airplay. And we're going to do what we can to help facilitate that with all of you fine folks watching the program. We'll get to some of your comments here. We got Jody. I love Huey Lewis too. I was watching Back to the Future last week for some reason. It's one of those movies, that like comfort movies that you watch and you're like, Back to the Future, the original. Huey Lewis is in it. He's the one of the teachers in the auditorium when they're doing band auditions for the dance. I was like, let's listen to some Huey Lewis, and we jammed, man. We went sports. We went we went the whole thing. It was great. Ero, what's up? Everybody go follow Ero TV on the Twitch. He's on the Twitch. Good to see you, brother. Thanks for jumping on here, watching the program. Good stuff. Wherever you're watching, thank you. Whether it's on Facebook Live, the Cooperville Live page, youtube.com/Cooperville Live, and twitch.tv/Cooperville Live. You can watch it on all those. The program will be up. The video will be up, and you can share it with all of your friends. And great conversation with Liam Coleman today on the program. So really appreciate it. Tomorrow we are back on at 5 p.m. Central Time. we're going to work on, we're going to do some work on the system today, tonight, and then tomorrow. I'm going to come back. We're going to try another Streamlabs roundabout and see if we can get the camera issue figured out. But I got my dude Fade Game Official on the Twitch, the Fader. He's coming in. He's a genius. He knows what he's doing. He can fix my stuff. But we'll be back tomorrow on wherever you're watching, wherever you're streaming us from. And please don't forget to go and check out. We'll put it back in here in the comment sections. CoopervilleClothing.com is up and running. Thanks to Joey Walzer. Thanks to Blake Allison. Thanks to the entire crew of Window Inn and Ready Waves, the whole 9 yards. Everybody for making it happen. We officially launched it last night, but then we actually made it public today. So go check out CoopervilleClothing.com. Get yourself a t-shirt, get yourself a hat, get yourself a fanny pack. Who doesn't love a fanny pack? They're making a comeback. Fanny packs and short shorts. That's the look for the summer. If you have watched the show, you've heard me read those stories off. So there you go. Plan your life accordingly. 5 p.m. Central tomorrow, right here on wherever platform you enjoy watching it. Thank you for watching today. Take care of yourselves. Take care of one another. Give me that outro, please.
Welcome to Cooperville.
Have a great night. Yeah.